Hello and welcome to Just Win. Hello and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog fantasy pick and plays for Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with the promo code DailyDog, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. That will give you 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. Get that promo code while it lasts. Generally speaking, over the summer, the promo codes get reduced a little bit because obviously most money goes into Underdog during football season. We're through football season, so as I said, get that promo code while it lasts if you have not done so yet. And also, if you're not a new member, check out Underdog today. There's lots of promos going on. There's a 50% profit boost token available for Luka Doncic. There's a tennis promo. There is that's 33%. There's a FIFA promo that's 33%. I think there's also an esport 33% profit boost token as well. So Underdog not only taking care of the new members, but also taking care of the existing members out there. And later today, I will have my $5 challenge continuation on social media. That is where I've been building a bankroll with really small entries, just trying to set an example of how to make money in these things the right way, take advantage of promos, and maximize your cash. I think I had $10 overall investment in the $5 challenge, and I am at a $70 bankroll at the moment. So, yeah. Keep your eyes peeled for those, and we're just going to try to keep on grinding, get that one up. That is where I dive deep into taking advantage of promos on Underdog and similar sites. All right, let's get into today's Underdog slips. Yesterday was a good day. We had 4 entries that were settled yesterday, went 2 and 2, and they were both 3x or better. So very nice a day there on Underdog in college hoops and in tennis. Today, finally, we had NBA back. I'm looking forward to having NBA back in action. NBA number 1 from yesterday was Jaxson Hayes, higher than 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and Lamelo Ball higher than 24.5 points. That is now a 2.76x multiplier. It was 3x yesterday. I still think it's good. Jaxson Hayes' point total has gone up from 8.5 to 9.5 from yesterday to today, but his PRA has stayed the same with a slightly reduced multiplier. So I think you can still play this at 2.76x. You're getting good value on 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists, versus the Hornets, who are not very good in the center position. So should be boards. If Hayes is on the court enough, he's going to crush this number. Let's go to NBA number 2, new one for today. LeBron James higher than 0.5 double-doubles. I know that he is, questionable or doubtful, not doubtful, but he's always a game-time decision. He just had a big rest, didn't play in the All-Star game. I would hope that he was playing a ton before the break. I think that he should have had enough time to get better here for his nagging foot injury, because it's not a new injury. It's the same one, as far as I know, that has been plaguing him for quite a long time. I think he's going to play here. Standalone game for the Lakers. I think that they got to try to, LeBron wants to maximize his face time when it's the only NBA game in town or in the country tonight. So let's go with LeBron higher than 0.5 double-doubles. Hopefully Luka shoots a little bit better. That makes it easier for LeBron to get 10 assists. Obviously, he's also a board threat. As I said, the interior guys, the big men for the Hornets are not that strong. So there should be plenty of boards available for LeBron or assists. And obviously, he's going to get 10-plus points because he does every time he starts a game. That is a meme if you're not aware of it. LeBron higher than 10-plus points throwing in everyone's parlays all the time is kind of a hilarious thing that people do. But Google it. You'll find lots of examples. LeBron is paired with Miles Bridges of the Hornets higher than 20.5 points. He has been a really good scorer as of late. I think that, LaMelo Ball is back, so they're kind of concerned that, his point total, he might not get as many shots up. I think that he's going to be just fine getting to the rim. I think he's going to be just fine throwing up shots. I think Miles Bridges probably is going to be closer to 25 than 20 points in this game. So give me Miles Bridges higher than 20.5 points against the Lakers. Fully rested Miles Bridges. This is a 3.51x multiplier. LeBron James higher than 0.5 double-doubles with Miles Bridges higher than 20.5 points. All right, let's go to college basketball number 1. We're going to go with Juwan Gary of the Nebraska Cornhuskers higher than 16.5 points against Penn State. Penn State likes to score a lot. They don't play that great a defense. Juwan Gary has 17-plus points in 5 straight games. I don't think it's going to change here. Huskers have won 4 of their last 5 games as well. I think him having, carrying more of that offensive load is key to their success. I think they need this game. They're only a couple of games away from basically locking up a spot in March Madness for the Huskers. That's very, very important. So give me Juwan Gary higher than 16.5 points. Continue doing what he's been doing, 17 plus points in this game. And I am going to pair that with Jaxson Shelstad of Oregon, higher than 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists against Iowa. Iowa defensively isn't there. Shelstad can be high in the double digits, in points, and then a couple boards, couple assists. We will be, we'll be there just fine. I also think that he can get hot from three. More on that later. But I think Shelstad's going to have a really good game against this Iowa team that has just not looked like themselves this year. Just no defense. It just really helps a lot of offensive players for the other team get some numbers up on the board. So give me Shelstad higher than 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's go with like 17, 3 and 3. That's what I'll call for Jaxson Shelstad here. So 3x multiplier on Juwan Gary higher than 16.5 points, and Jaxson Shelstad higher than 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. All right, college basketball number 2, Johni Broome higher than 10.5 boards against Arkansas. I know that people are going to be tempted by his points. His points is 19.5. He actually hasn't been doing that lately, regardless of the quality of opponent. However, him on the glass is still going to be a threat. I don't think Arkansas is going to be able to match up with him. I think he's going to he's going to be able to track down a lot of Arkansas shots here. So give me Johni Broome higher than 10.5 rebounds. This one is a reduced multiplier because it seems like other players on Underdog agree with me, and they've been kind of steaming this one. Then we're going to go with Caleb Grill higher than 13.5 points for Mizzou. Alabama's coming into town. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Both these teams want to put points on the board. I think Caleb Grill, he's a guy who can get hot from three, hit 3, 4, 5 3-pointers in a game. If he does that, if he hits 3 3-pointers, we're very close already. So give me Caleb Grill higher than 13.5 points as Bama comes to town. Should be a really fun game, really good game to watch. I think that, again, Bama, I think that Mizzou is a very underrated team, but I think Caleb Grill is going to have a good shot to get a bunch of points here just by the way this game is going to flow. I think it's going to be back and forth, and I think we're going to see a lot of points. Caleb Grill is going to benefit from that. So Johni Broome higher than 10.5 rebounds for Auburn, and Caleb Grill higher than 13.5 points for Mizzou, 2.76x multiplier. All right, 1 century for today. Just the board is kind of in a in-between state as I'm recording this, but we don't have all of the overnight matches in the Middle East yet, but we do have some of these later afternoon matches in Brazil. So just one. Alexander Zverev, lower than 20 games played against Alex Shevchenko. Shevchenko, he got a win. Good for him, but I still think that he's a little bit mentally messed up right now. He had a divorce from another female women's player earlier this, last few months. And I just think that Z is a dominant player right now. I think Shevchenko's serve is going to be at risk every time he is in a service game, and Zverev is going to hold every single time. So 6-3, 6-3. Let's get it. Zverev lower than 20 games played. And then I'm going Thiago Monteiro lower than 0.5 games lost against CH Sang. Sang is more of a challenger player. Monteiro in front of a Brazilian crowd. Got to take care of business. Got to make that money while he can. 3.33x multiplier for Monteiro, lower than 0.5 sets lost. And Zverev lower than 20 games played. All right, Four Nations Faceoff number 1 from yesterday was Connor Hellebuyck, lower than 2.5 goals allowed, and Sidney Crosby higher than 1.5 shots. That is still a 2.52x multiplier. I still recommend playing that. I think USA is going to be just fine in this rematch in front of the Boston crowd. I think Crosby's going to get some pucks on net, though. Four Nations number 2, another one added in for tomorrow's final of the Four Nations Faceoff, which has been an awesome tournament overall. Brady Tkachuk, higher than 0.5 points. I know a lot of questions about his health. This guy's playing. He's playing. Him and his brother, and basically a lot of the guys in this are treating this Four Nations Faceoff like the Stanley Cup final. Obviously, it's quote unquote, kind of exhibition, but it's not exhibition for these guys. Give me Brady Tkachuk higher than 0.5 points. He's just been very important for this USA team all tournament long. I think he's going to leave a stamp on this final. And then I'm going to take Jordan Binnington, Canadian goaltender, lower than 26.5 saves. I think that it's not necessarily going to be a shooting gallery with a ton of shots on net. And I also don't think Jordan Binnington is going to play that good because I think Jordan Binnington is far from his prime years here. So Tkachuk higher than 0.5 points. Brady Tkachuk. You can use Matthew too if you want it, but Brady Tkachuk is my pick, higher than 0.5 points. And Jordan Binnington lower than 26.5 saves, 3.39x multiplier. All right. We got one Lotto ticket today. We're starting out with VCU against UMass. Max Shulga, higher than 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think VCU is going to be great in this matchup. They're a huge favorite here, but I think Shulga is going to put up numbers. I think he's going to be, 15, 16 points, 5 to 7 boards, 5 to 7 rebounds as well. So higher than 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Max Shulga. I think this one's going to be a laugher at the end of the day, to be honest. Then we're going to go Jaxson Shelstad. I already mentioned him earlier, of Oregon, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made against Iowa. Again, there's going to be a lot of points. I think he's going to feel fine to throw up a lot of 3-pointers in this one. Hitting 2.5 3-pointers, aka 3 or more, is very much in the realm of possibility for him. Last one, Lamelo, or not last one, we got 2 more. Sorry, Lamelo Ball higher than 6.5 assists. I'm under on his points, but I think his assists could be up. This is a really low number. This guy was not that long ago being lined at 9.5, 10.5, 8.5 assists fairly regularly. So this has gone down a little bit, and we're getting an enhanced multiplier with it. His last game before he got hurt, he was lower than this, but again, I think LaMelo Ball higher than 6.5 assists, extremely good value here. And then last one, Rui Hachimura of the Lakers higher than 19.5 points. Again, he got a wing player, a guy who can get to the basket. I think that these guys all flourish against the Hornets. So Max Shulga higher than 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Jaxson Shelstad higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. LaMelo Ball higher than 6.5 assists. Rui Hachimura higher than 19.5 points. 19.75x multiplier or 11.85x/2.96x flex. That's all I got for you today. Let's make some money. Let's get more when he slips home. Good luck.